But at the moment, let's go over to Parliament, where the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Otiku Afisa-Jaba, is meeting the Public Accounts Committee right now.
They releasing or paying to government chests, and the bank wrote that they had paid that amount, that is 1,995.69 cedis into the account, suspense account at the bank. So we have a letter from the bank stating that that money had been paid into the suspense account.
Okay, in fact, that's where my real question is. You realize that from your response, you say the bank exercised their right of set-off to take 65 Ghana cedis, 85 pesos from the account and made the difference back to you. Is that the case?
Yeah, it was paid into the suspense accounts and not to the department.
Yes, but ultimately, that is, they paid back to government, if I should put it that way.
Yes.
Yes, but what I'm saying here is that the bank did not have that right, because to all intents and purposes, the money did not belong to the deceased. And so if the deceased died leaving a negative balance with the bank ought to have taken steps against his estate, because this money, to all intents and purposes, did not belong to him. I'm saying this as a matter of principle, because we know that 65 Ghana cedis is nothing. But if it had been something big, I'm sure the bank would have done that. But it is to establish that the bank had no right to do that. Please, what is the name of this bank? Because we need that 65 Ghana cedis.
ADB, Agric Development Bank. Adabraka branch.
Adabraka branch. Yes, it's for purposes of banking policy. It's principle. Purposes of banking practice and law. The money did not belong to Mr. Doche as of right. It was government money. And so to make sure that we don't repeat this, because sometimes it may be a bigger amount, ADB should refund that money. Mr. Chairman, I'm done.
But the issue again is that your response is showing a different figure that the bank said they received, 2,064 Ghana cedis, 54 pesos. But the audit report is saying 2,604 cedis, 81 pesos. We need to verify why.
Mr. Chairman, the difference is due to statutory deductions that are withheld from the deceased salary before the net goes to the bank. This includes how do you call it, SNITs and then tax. Thank you.
Auditor General, can you confirm that position?
Mr. Chair, we pick the net salary that is due to the staff, not the gross. When I say net, it means all statutory deductions has been deducted from it, and what is actually due to the staff. Thank you, Mr.
Now, Auditor General, I'm not clear from the reports the period that the amount covered. How many months? I'm trying to see if we can establish a monthly net salary for the deceased person.
Mr. Chair, it was for a period of 3 months.
For a period of 3 months. Okay. All right. Okay, Ross.
Chairman, The Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations appeared before us yesterday, please. And there was an issue they reverted to the Ministry for Gender, Children and Social Protection. And that had to do with the training of persons with disability. Is the ministry aware of this particular issue?
No, it's not in this report.
It is in this report, but the Ministry of Employment indicated that because of the decoupling of the ministry, it was an issue that had been sent to you, and I can read it. Page number 171, paragraph 558. It had to do with contract for skills training and development of persons with disability. And I'm sure the issue of persons with disability is currently under your ministry, Minister.
Yes, that is true. We were not asked to speak on this issue. We were asked to only speak on these two issues, and that is what.
Have you been informed of the issue at hand? Yes or no?
No, please. We have not been informed.
There was nothing like this in your briefing notes as a ministry?
No, please.
Mr. Chairman, I shall like to request that the ministry comes back to us with a report that was raised for the Ministry of Employment, where the ministry also reverted the issue to the Ministry of Gender. Thank you.
I think that yesterday the minister said that they have referred the issue to the Ministry of Gender. Maybe because we are not making the issue clear. So let's take them clearly to this so that maybe there is a letter referring the matter to you. You might recollect or not, because we want to be sure that it was not referred to you, yet the minister said yesterday that it was referred to you. So I want him to go through the issue.
He said he was deferring the matter.
Deferring the matter.
The minister said he was deferring.
Minister, if you have a copy of the Auditor General's report, I shall like for you to open to page number 171, paragraph 558. And with the chairman's permission, I read. The above contract was signed between the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations and RLG Communications Limited, dated 6th November 2012, in the sum of 54 million. But let me move to the recommendations of the Auditor General. In paragraph 561, management of the Ministry of Employment hinted that the contract had been terminated but could not provide any documentary evidence to that effect. The youth employment program under which the contract was awarded have been moved to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Have you been briefed about this, yes or no?
Mr. Chairman, I haven't, but the staff who were there would want to comment on it. Chief Director.
Honorable Chair, let's say that we would crave your kind indulgence to go and refresh our memory on this one. But I could remember RLG came to us that they signed a contract with the Ministry of Labor and Employment, and that they had transferred those liabilities to us at that time. Yeah, because they claimed that they had trained some number of persons with disability for which they have not been paid. So the matter was referred to the Attorney General's Department. But let me end it here so that we can refresh our memory. Come back.
Chairman, the 562, and I just want you to take it up from 562.
I think that the answer he gave is okay, which means that there is a fair knowledge that the matter has been to be handled by your ministry, which you are still waiting for probably advice from the Attorney General Department in order to take it up. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, mine is more of a public interest comment. Given what we just saw, and given the realignments that have occurred, I think it is very important that we probably seek a document outlining the different agencies
the chairman
under the different ministries.
Hello, please. The chairman said public interest questions must be cleared with him. So if you can clear with him now and come back, so as we take on another person. Thank you.
I think that he has already raised a question, but I will not allow the question because this report is for 2015. The realignment was in 2017, so definitely.
We are anticipating the future.
No, I'm saying that the realignment is 2017, and this report was 2015, so these things are bound to happen. Yes, Honorable Leadership. Leadership, one question.
Chairman, thank you very much. Mine is a quick one on a big ministry such as the gender ministry, only for them to be here for 2 infractions. So it's a very good achievement. So, Minister, you have a lot to do to maintain this standard so that next year, you will be. You will not have to appear here for questions. So keep it up, and we are happy for you. Very minor incidents. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, I would like to associate myself with the comments made by the previous speaker. Thank you.
Minister, Honorable Minister, I have mine is of course a public interest question as well. Yeah, Chairman, with your permission, I'm asking.
I don't know what the public interest question is. I don't want you to blow anything and go overboard.
Not at all, not at all. You know, she's my sister. I will not go overboard. And she speaks Wali very well like me, so I won't go overboard. But just to find out from the minister, of course, you know, your ministry is one of the areas that all of us, as a nation or as politicians, it's a very sensitive place, particularly that you are handling children. And with regard to our school feeding, it's a very laudable idea. We started very small. It has grown very big, and we expect to grow and continue to grow. But for now, you know, the issue has always been the quality of food. And I wouldn't want to tell you some report I got 2013 with regard to malnourished children and how it affects them in their studies. But going forward, we are politicians and we go around. Sometimes when you go home, people come to you with the complaint of the quality of food. And it turns out that probably the amount given is not enough. These have always been the challenges. I know you are challenged with financial support, but if you can spread your wings higher so that you can cover a larger number of the schools or 100%, and also to seek or solicit for funding so that you can improve on the quality of food that we give to the children. Because when we go around sometimes, it's good. We know the enrollment now has gone higher than before, and sometimes most of the rural communities where some of us are coming from, it is an enticement for the children to go to school, and they are doing very well. The enrollment cut across is very good. So, but the quality of the food is a major concern. So, can you tell us how you want to improve on that for our children? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your concerns are noted, and we've had several meetings with various key stakeholders on this very issue. Cooking with 80 pesos per child, it's like performing magic. But we are educating the caterers to to put quality into it. And so for the coming session in September, we will be able to do better. Thank you very much.
Will you increase the rates for the caterers?
We are still in discussions with Ministry of Finance, and when we know, we will let you know.
I thought by now you'd have increased the rates for at least 3 cities per child. If your daughter is going to school, you don't give her 80% for feeding. And in fact, everybody knows that even if you give your daughter 2 cities, she or your ward actually, she or he would look at you, Mommy, Daddy, why are you giving me this? But we are asking our caterers to cook for these children at 80%. It's not the best. But let me ask for a question on Department of Children. There is this question on Mr. Israel Akrobotu. Staff advance not recovered. Has it been recovered now?
Honorable Chair, it has since last year.
2016.
2016.
Do you have evidence to be furnished to the auditor to verify?
Yes, we have.
Thank you very much. I also want to congratulate you for good work done. We urge you that next year when we come here, we don't want to see you, not that we don't want to see your beautiful and handsome faces, but we don't want to see you here and be questioning you on matter. So keep it up. Thank you very much. You are discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That is the Public Accounts Committee sitting, and you just saw the ministry, personnel from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, of course, with the minister as well as Otiku Afisa Jaba answering questions about the quality of food for, of course, the school feeding program. You heard what she said about 80 pesos per child. That's what the caterers are entitled to, and talks about whether or not it will be increased. She said they're still having a conversation on that matter. They speak about RLG trained personnel who were transferred to the ministry as liabilities, and they don't have enough information on that. They said to get back to the Public Accounts Committee with enough information.